Well, welcome to BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Yeah, yeah. BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO, BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO, BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO. BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO, BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO, BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO. Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Hey, not too bad, my girl.
I know.
BOOZHOO. Welcome to BOOZHOO Nana BOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And today we're going to tell the story of Asabikeshii-winini.
Oh,
We're
wow.
going to tell the story of the Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay, so back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a young man named Peter Parker. And Peter Parker loves science. He could spend all night working on experiments in his rooms and that. But he wasn't very popular at school. The kids teased him. They were like, "Hey, Peter Parker, what are you doing with those science experiments? You're a nerd." But he didn't care. He just went about his business. And after school, he would go home and he'd live with his Auntie May and his Uncle Ben. And the three of them lived together happily. So the day came when there was a science, what do they call it? They had an exhibit downtown. It was a science fair. And Peter Parker went there to see all the experiments. And one of the experiments had to do with radiation. So this little Asabikeshii, this little spider, he comes down on his web and he goes right through the radiation. And this only happens in comic books, you kids. But when spiders go through radiation, they acquire the ability to transfer their powers to humans. And he lands right there on Peter Parker's hand. And he bites him. And Peter Parker's like, "Oh, I just got bit by this glowing spider. I hope that's not going to be something." And he goes home that night and he starts to feel feverish. And he goes to sleep and he has crazy dreams. And when he wakes up in the morning, he's got the power of a giant spider. He can move super fast and he can climb walls. When something's about to happen, he gets a tingling feeling in his brain. And he's like, "Oh, wow, I better be careful. Something bad's about to happen." And he calls it his spider sense. So Peter Parker, they don't got much money. And he thinks, what can I do? I'm super strong and super fast. And I got the spider sense. He goes, "I know. I'll go down to the all-star wrestling rink. If you beat up the other all-star wrestlers, you can win some money." And he goes down there and he signs up. And he goes into the ring and geez, he just wails on these guys. Peter Parker's little, but he's super fast and super strong. So the other wrestlers are no match. And at the end of the event, he goes down to the manager and he says, "Hey, I need some junia. I need some money. I beat up those guys." And the manager's like, "Get out of here, kid. I'm not giving you nothing." So Peter Parker leaves and he's just mad. He's steamed. Well, pretty soon he hears behind him. Somebody goes, "Hey, stop that guy. You just stole all my money." And Peter Parker turns around and it's one of the all-star wrestlers and he's running away with a big bag of money. And he just turns to the side and he goes, "Go ahead. Not my problem." And he walks out there. He's still mad. He goes, What do I care? He steals your money. He didn't even pay me." Well, he's walking down the street there and he sees a crowd of people and he runs up there and he's like, "What's going on?" And who's there? His old Uncle Ben. He'd been shot. And he goes, "Uncle Ben, what's the matter? What happened?" And Uncle Ben looks up and he goes, "Peter Parker, I've been shot by an all-star wrestler. He was carrying this big bag of money." And then he died. And Peter got up with tears in his eyes and he goes, "That was the guy I could have stopped. If only I'd stopped that criminal, my Uncle Ben would still be alive." So he went home and he made a costume And he said, from this day forward, I will dedicate my life to fighting crime. I will become Asabikeshii-winini. I shall become the Spider-Man, because with great power comes great responsibility. Hey. All right, that is the story of Asabikeshii-winini, of the Spider-Man. Oh, and you've been watching BOOZHOO Nano BOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I will see you again. Gigawaba min, minawa, hoa. Yeah, Asabikeshii-winini, the Spider-Man.